Standard 1.2 meets I can correctly multiply and divide by powers of 10 without a calculator during conversion problems. So perform the following calculations and do not use a calculator. So you would need to do this during a conversion problem, but what we're going to do is just give you a couple opportunities here to see what multiplying and dividing by numbers greater or larger than 1 will do to you. So let's start with this very first one here. 19 times 1,000. 19 times 1,000 means I'm going to take 19, my initial number. If I multiply it by 1,000, so I'm multiplying by something larger, it gets larger. And there's 3 zeros here, so I'm going to move my decimal place from where it currently is 3 places. 1, 2, 3. I fill in all of those with zeros. If I try the next one, again, I'm going to start with 19. This time I'm multiplying by something smaller, so it's going to get smaller. I count my zeros. Again, I have 3, so I move my decimal place from where it is currently, 1, 2, 3. This time I move it to the left because my number is getting smaller, 0.019. So if I multiply by something larger, I move my decimal place to the right so that my number gets larger. If I multiply by something smaller, I move my decimal point to the left because my number gets smaller. Now I'm dividing by something smaller, so my number is going to get larger. So if my number is going to get larger and I start with 19, my decimal place is currently right here. It's going to get larger. Looking at the number I'm dividing by, I have 2 zeros, so I will move it 2 places. So if I divide by something smaller, it gets larger. Thus, if I divide by something larger, it should get smaller. So again, I'm going to start with 19. My decimal place is currently right here. If it gets smaller, there's 2 zeros in 100, so I move it back 2 places and I get 0.19.